Hi, Anatomy. This is Miss Satterley. Just so you guys know, this is like my 7th take of this. I'm trying. Anyway, I'm making this video. I'm back. I'm going to leave that part in there because if this was actually 8 o'clock in the morning and we just started class, I might be Googling too. Okay, back to business. I am going to use some props today to show you the different body regions. First one is back here. I'm going to use this pointer here so you're not going to see me most of the time. Or maybe you will. All right, so over here, I'm going to use this guy to show you the different body regions. So the entire head itself. This is called the cephalic region. Cephalization actually means having a head, so that's where we get cephalic for head. The brain case itself is called the cranial region, and then after that we have frontal. Frontal is the forehead. Ocular is eye, so binoculars, you use those to look at things from a distance. Nasal is nose. If you have nasal allergies, that's where that comes from. Oral is mouth. Buccal is cheek. Buccal. So sometimes buccal swabs are necessary to collect DNA samples. That's a buccal swab for that. Mental is the chin or right here. So just so why not here? I'll point them out on me as well. Frontal, ocular, nasal, oral, buccal, mental. Now I did miss one I haven't done yet, and that is the structure right here, the ear. The ear is otic. Otic. Okay, I'm going to start going down the body. So this one right here, this is the neck region. We call that cervical. You actually have different types of vertebra, cervical, thoracic, and lumbar, and those are named after the different body regions, so they correspond. So thoracic is this right here, the chest cavity. Right in the middle of the thoracic region, we actually have the sternal region. On both sides of the sternal region is the pectoral region. And then right in the center of that, where the nipple is, that's the mammary. So nipple is mammary, pectoral is chest, sternal is sternum, and thoracic is ribcage. Moving on here. So over here, the shoulder here, that's acromial. Tip of the shoulder, we call that acromial. Here is the axillary region, that is the armpit. There's actually the axillary artery that runs through that structure as well. The abdomen, abdominal, abdomen. Right in the middle of that, we have the umbilical. So when babies are born, they have their umbilical cord cut, and that's right where the belly button is. So this down here is the pelvic region. The pelvic region also includes the inguinal region and the pubic region. Now the inguinal is the groin, and then the pubic is actually referring to the external reproductive part. So that's the pubic region. Moving on, before I flip her around, or it around, there's no actually reproductive parts in it. This is the coxal. The coxal is the tip of the hip, and that's because of the part of the pelvis is called the coxa. So the back of the head is called the occipital region. There's actually an area called the external occipital protuberance. It's there. Again, the neck is the cervical region. So we have cervical, and then we have thoracic vertebra that's in the middle, and then down here is the lumbar area. The entire back itself, we call that dorsal, so the entire back. Right down the middle is where the spine is, and that's vertebral. Over here we have scapular, which are the two shoulder blades. Again, just for perspective, acromial is tip of the shoulder again, acromial, tip of the shoulder. Brachial is where the arm is. I will show the rest on the skeleton so we can actually see the arm. Okay. Coxal again. And then right here, within the lumbar region, there's a sacral region. There's a bone called the sacrum right here. Sacral is in between the hips. This is the gluteal region. Then there's also a region that's underneath, and we call that the peroneal region, and that is the area between the skin between the private parts and the gluteal region. Okay, I'm gonna use the skeleton this time to go over the body regions. Here we go. All right, so we have frontal, ocular, nasal, oral, mental, buccal, and otic for ear. Cervical, which is the neck. Okay, right here is the sternal region. The rib cage itself is the thoracic region. Tip of the shoulder is the acromial region. The chest is pectoral, and then where the nipples would be is mammary. Okay, we have the abdominal region. In the middle of the abdominal region would be the umbilical region. Here's the pelvis. Okay, the pelvis right here, that's the pelvic region. This area right here would be the inguinal region or groin. And then where the external reproductive organs would be, that is what we would call the pubic region. So we're going to use the arm next. All right. So again, I know I'm repeating, but I want to make sure we get these in our heads. Acromial is tip of shoulder. Right here in the armpit, we call that the axillary region. Brachial is the upper arm. Antebrachial is the lower arm. The elbow, so the inside of the elbow, if this is being bent here, okay, that is antecuboidal. And then the back of the elbow, the part that sticks out, is the ulcrinal region. We're going to take a look at the hand here. We're going to try to take a look at the hand here. Okay, so the entire hand itself is manual. So manual labor is usually dealing with hands. You know what? This is better. Manual is the entire hand. Palmar is going to be the palm of the hand. The fingers and toes are digital. And then the wrist is the carpal region. So that's the hand. Take a look at the lower limbs now. So this is the femoral region. Femoral is femur. Okay. We're going to leave that in there for fun. Okay. So femoral region is femur. The front of the knee is called the patellar region. The back of the knee is popliteal. So if I'm holding this, the back is where the knee bends. Let's look at the lower leg. The entire lower leg itself is called the crural region. The outside of the lower leg is the fibular region. So this is actually the fibula, and that's where that name comes from. Now the back of the leg where your calf muscle is, that is the sural region. And we have one more thing that we're going to cover, and that is the foot. So the entire foot itself is the pedal. So if you ride a bike, you pedal a bike using your feet. Okay. Now, again, the toes, fingers and toes are the digital region. The sole of the foot is called the plantar region. The heel is the calcaneal region. And then the ankle is the tarsal region. Now, I think I've covered all of them, all 50 body regions. If you have a question on something, please let me know. Hopefully this was helpful. And don't forget to do your homework assignment that was posted as well. And I have a video helping explain that. So bye, anatomy. I'll talk to you guys later.